Hi, thank you for watching my YouTube channel. My name is Simone. I'm the Zen Mommy. I help people with spiritual awakening and ascension and guiding you through the healing of the mind, body, and soul. Today, I want to talk about how to manifest a job or anything really, but I'm going to say a job because I have this friend who was going after this job recently, and we were in this group chat, and every day she was testing, oh, pray for this job, and kind of like stressing about the job and talking about the job every day. And I want to talk about how like I knew she wasn't going to get the job, and I wasn't using a psychic ability to know that. So let's talk about manifest. I have a lot of videos manifesting with the law of attraction. What I want to cover is the job, finding a job. Okay, so let's say, and this can go for anything, but we're going to say a job because I'm going to be using this situation exactly. Okay, now let's just say, okay, I mentioned this before. We're at the Universal restaurant, right? And we're going to place our order to the universe of what we want to have. So imagine yourself at a restaurant. If you haven't seen my videos, this is a scenario I use a lot. Imagine you're at a restaurant and you're placing your order for what? Okay, this Universal restaurant is like McDonald's. You can have it your way, right? So all you have to do is communicate clearly, and you take your clear and concise order to the universe, to the waiter, okay, the waiter of the universe, delivers your order to the universe, and the universe makes on that order and delivers it. Okay, so what would stop you from getting a job? Okay, so let's just say, universe, I applied for this job. I like it. I want it. I think that it's a great job for me. So I am going to write down like, okay, universe, I want to manifest this job, right? Waiter comes to your universal table and you'll say, okay, so I want the job as a technician, okay, as my main course. So you tell the waiter, and the waiter's like, okay, we'll take your order to the universe. And then the next thing you know, okay, we're gonna do what my friend did. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I sure hope I get it. Worrying, stressing. And the waiter is like, should I be delivering this order? You seem to, I think the order that I'm getting from you is not the job. What I'm getting is the stress. What I'm getting is loss of income. What I'm getting is you are really, you're negatively yearning so bad for this job that you're actually communicating to the waiter that I don't really want this job. I actually want to get turned down from this job and get depressed and sink into a bunch of stress and neediness. And then the next thing you know, the waiter's like, okay, let me take your order to the universe. Here you go. The universe has no attachment. It's non-emotional, okay? So when you put your order to the universe does not care if this is going to make you happy or sad. It's going to give you what you want. You have to imagine the universe as electricity, okay? You can plug in a light socket at a church and get light. You can plug in a light socket at a strip club and can get light. So it doesn't care. It's going to put light on the situation no matter if it's happy, if it's sad. Okay, so now how do you get through this part of getting this job? Okay, so number one thing, okay, so I've made it clear the one thing that she did wrong is she was negatively yearning. She was stressed out about it, okay? So now I'm gonna give you tips on combating that, that attitude in order to manifest the dream of your desires or whatever you're trying to manifest, okay? Okay, so let's just say you've put it on your order list, okay? I want to manifest this job, right? I want this such and such career. It's a good job. It has good pay. It's everything that I desire, and I believe I would be happy if I had this job, okay? So now you want this job, right? So now you're deciding, okay, I'm going to manifest this job. Let me tell you something. Here's a little tip. You take this path, this journey. Once you decide to use your powers of manifestation, you need to take it very seriously. If you want that thing, you're going to get that thing. But however, you have to also understand the universe doesn't really read English language, it reads vibrations. Energy seeks its same level. So if you want this job, you need to feel that you have this job. You need to feel abundant within yourself. You cannot say, and I know it sounds kind of backwards, but you cannot sit there and be like, I don't have this job. I want this job so bad. So basically you're saying, I don't have this job. I don't have this job. And the universe says, oh yeah, I can easily give you that. She don't have this job. Guess what? Sorry, you didn't get the position. Okay. So now we got to go out of that mind frame. Okay. You got to slip the ego. You got to slip the collective conscious. Okay. Yeah, I got bills due. I don't know, if I don't get this job in time, I'm not going to get a check to pay rent. Ooh, then you messed up right there. See, now you have to take the path like a warrior. You have to have faith. You have to trust the universe. You have to begin to condition your mind that, okay, so condition your mind to have faith, to believe that, okay, I am going to have this job, right? So as you start to believe that you have this job and you feel in the vibration of this job, you're going to get it. Okay, so now here are some tips that I wanted to say. Okay, let's just say you have a job interview coming up, right? So you have it in your mind, I want this job, I'm gonna manifest this job, right? Interview is coming up. Okay, here are some tips. Before the interview, you want to start using creative visualization. So while you're using creative visualization, you're going to imagine the interview. You're going to picture the people, maybe it's one person, maybe it's two people sitting behind that desk interviewing. You're going to picture them receiving you, receiving your energy. You're going to picture them being very enlightened by you, very taken by your energy, and by, you're just going to imagine that they're going to love you so much that they're going to think no one else can have this job. This person, I think the light is changing here, so I'm going to change the camera. Hate when that happens when I come out this late in the day. So you have to start to think, okay, yeah, so you imagine they really liking you as, you know, as a person that they're interviewing, right? And so, and at the same time, so as you imagine the interview going really, really well, you start to visualize the moment they say, oh, the job is yours. You visualize the excitement. Visualize, wow, I got the job. Visualizing celebrating, visualizing telling your family, and then you are visualizing that the job is yours. And you have to actually see yourself with this job. And you have to feel like you have this job. You have to visualize the arrangements you would make. Okay, I'm going to leave this early in the morning for work. I'm going to take my lunch breaks. Oh, look at the office is near here. I'm going to be going there for lunch. This is the fastest commute. I'm saying whatever it takes for you to feel like you are in the vibration of this job, that's exactly what you need to do. Okay, so at that point, once you do that, and it's good, like a good thing to also do to get your energy up, I would recommend some type of fast before the interview. So like maybe if your interview is at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, you know, don't eat breakfast in the morning, or, you know, eat a light breakfast or do juicing or something, right? And so like that'll help your energy to be up, right? Now once you have had this visualization, you imagine this interview going really well, that the people love you, right? Now you want to drop it. You want to let go of all of it. You want to detach from the whole outcome. Okay, you've already put yourself in this vibration that this job is mine, right? So now you're going to detach, and now you're just going to go with the flow. Now you're just going to trust the universe. Okay, now in the meantime, while you're waiting, you've detached. Okay, I've had my interview, it went well. Okay, so now you let go of it. Okay, you start trying to focus on other things in life, right? Maybe if it is looking for other jobs or whatever it is, what you don't want to do is you don't want to align with the negative vibration. If I don't get this job, I'm going to suffer. If I don't get this job, I'm going to be homeless. If I don't get this job, I'm not going to have dinner. Let me tell you something. I know it's hard, and it goes against the grain for a lot of us, especially if you've had a poverty conscience, if you know what it's like to be poor, if you know what it's like to go without food. Let me tell you something, and I'm letting you in on a secret in my life, and not a secret, but you know, I started this channel to share my experiences, and you know, I've had to choke up on a lot of pride and admit a lot of things. And so after I quit my job to pursue my passions, and I had other reasons why I needed to quit, you know, I was like, I want to go into energy healing. Well, let me tell you, clients didn't just come. And the month of January, I was just like, man, you know, it was getting tough. I'm not going to lie. There were days where I woke up, it's time to take Storm to daycare, and my son, and I had to decide, oh my God, I have enough money for gas or diapers, which one do I do? So it's just, it's days like that. Let me tell you something. Every day that went by, and I was a little bit getting angry at the universe. Like, I'm doing this work, I'm helping people, right? But that's what the things, like, even if you start to, your mind starts to go in a negative direction, right? What you want to do is you want to quickly like turn that around, okay? Like the moment I started getting upset, I'll get to the part where I'll threaten to quit my YouTube channel and I'm like, nope, nope, nope. I'm going to hold out. All right. I remember I got to the point I was down to my last $100 and my friend was like, are you scared now? And I'm like, I'm a little bit scared, but you know what? I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to be okay. See, I was getting to the point where my home was being threatened, okay? I didn't have my phone bill. I was about to lose my online store. And like, I was eating top ramen noodles. I was skipping meals. I'm talking about January last month, right? And so it just like get to the point where I just kept thinking, how can it get any better than this? And this is an affirmation my friend taught me. If you say, how does it get any better than this, right? See, one thing is you're sending an affirmation to the universe that it only can get better. You're not saying it's bad. You're saying, yes, it's good, but how can it get better? And I kept sticking to that affirmation, right? And then something would happen, right? All of a sudden I got a donation and I was able to get diapers, right? Or my friend came by, she needed some help, some counseling, and then she was just gave me some money and I was just like, wow. Then I had enough for food, I had enough for diapers. It was just like every little bit kept coming. It was coming slowly, but I kept thinking, okay, it can only get better. It can only keep getting better, right? And it was getting to the point where I had to that weekend. I was like, man, if I don't have the money for rent and bills, I'm gonna be out. Me and Storm, we're gonna be homeless. And so next thing you know, I was just like, I'm gonna hold tight. I'm gonna hold tight. Let me tell you, it's really hard when you're a single mom, when you have a child, or when you have a family to take care of. See, getting into manifesting with the law of attraction, it don't happen overnight, okay? If you have a child, you have somebody else to worry about. If I was single, I could go off, I could be with my friends, I could do this, right? But no, I have somebody that I'm responsible for. So it's so easy to get in that vibration to worry. And so we're gonna have that. It's gonna be little steps at a time. Like for me, things kept coming up. Next thing you know, I found $10 in my car, and just when I needed it. I was like, wow, you know, it just kept coming, right? And I was just getting to the point where I needed rent. I needed to materialize a gang of money for rent and bills by Saturday. And do you know, on Friday, I was just like, oh, I'm worried, you know, and I was just like, how does it get better than this? How does it get better? I get home and I got a letter from unemployment, and the amount that I was getting, you know, I was making a good amount of money in my last job. So the amount I was going to get just on unemployment was enough to survive off of, and they sent me my reward letter, and I was just like, yes, you know, until I get, you know, Zen Mommy off the ground or find a part-time job, you know, I'm fine now. And I was just like, look, the universe still delivered. And the thing is, you have to be open when you're manifesting. You have to be open for any direction that the universe is going to send that thing that you need. And so I kept to the faith, and before you know it, I started working on, like, what are my blocks? Okay, you have to understand there are other bondage, there are blocks. There's poverty blocks. There's the block of victimization, and I want to do a video on that. See, when you start. See, the thing that happened to my friend, and see, the only reason why I can talk about this is because this happened to me. I remember when I first had the baby, I didn't have any money. My husband I was doing everything. So when I got the baby, I couldn't do anything. And so, you know, he's abandoned us, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm not gonna have money. I would sit there and I would cry. And the next thing you know, see, the thing is, once you align with that negative vibration, right? Then you start to, like, I needed a job, I needed money, and I started crying about it and worrying about it, right? So therefore, I was asking the universe, right? I was delivering that order, this is what I want. So I started missing opportunities. More bills started to come in. I started to get more stressed. And so it's kind of like the universe, this experience that we carnated on this earth for is the exact experience to see, somehow had to communicate to ourselves how to gain more out of this experience. So if we are still stressed about something, then we quite haven't learned our lesson, have we? Okay, so the universe is going to say, okay, more stress. See, it gets to the point where either you hit rock bottom or you finally pay attention to these low attractions, the law of attraction steps. And so like, so sometimes you just hit rock bottom. Sometimes you think, okay, let me try this. And then you do little tests and then it starts to work. So what I'm trying to say is, you when manifesting, you have to really take it seriously. You really can't be thinking negatively, and I know it's very hard if that's what you're used to, but start just being aware. Okay, there's many a times last month where I was like, I was eating top ramen, and like there was just one point I just wanted to get angry. I was just like, look, I have been guided to do this channel. I've been guided to quit my job. You're like, am I just gonna quit YouTube, get a regular job, work a 9 to 5? And then I was just like, no, I can't do it. I had to think about that will not make me happy. I am feeling my soul purpose right now. I am happy doing what I need to do. I have to trust the universe. It will give me my desires. And you know, as I start to work, I start to slowly get sales coming in. I have to slowly get more donations. And so you have to look at it that when you request your order, know that it's on its way. It is like the acorn that is planted and gradually grows into an oak tree. And so I just wanted to talk about that because like she was really stressed, and like I didn't want to be mean and say you're not going to get it. You know, I didn't want to send that negative energy. But after it didn't happen, and you know, I just couldn't hold back. I just had to. I just had to say something, like, even though you don't get something, say you're in the right vibration and then you don't get it, you know what I'm saying? Even then you can't think negative, because sometimes maybe you don't get it because there's an even better position with twice the income. So like either way it goes is you have to stay in the positive vibration. So one thing to always remember when you're manifesting your desires, energy seeks its same level. If you have low energy, you're going to get low energy. If you have high energy about something, you're going to get that. So your thing is to teach yourself is how to maintain a higher energy to manifest the desires that you would like to receive. Thank you for watching. Peace and love. Namaste.